Now, speaking of Snoop, obviously you being where you from, seeing him in that moment had to be huge for him, and having him in your life. You've mentioned Snoop several times in this interview, so I could tell, and I know you have a very special relationship with him. Your song "Let's Go Get Stoned" is a blues song about weed, where Snoop is singing, also singing on "I'm For Real." So what is it? What is it about your tracks that make him turn into a singer?
You know what? Snoop is my master teacher. You know, and people, you know, he's like Quincy Jones is a master teacher.
Right.
Yourself, you're a master teacher. Dilla, master teacher. Like Snoop is actually a master teacher of all of us, though. You know, if we could sustain.
Yeah, that's my OG too, actually.
Yeah. And you my OG, so it's like all these layers. But it all comes down from Snoopy. But Snoop is like, for me personally, first of all, when I was 13, I saw him on Deep Cover. My mom told me, if you want to get something, you better pray for it. So I prayed to work with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I prayed to God at 13 before I even knew who they was. God, please, if you could grant me, because I was doing beats then. I wasn't playing the horn. If you could grant me the opportunity to just do a beat for him, I love it. So by the time, I tell Snoop all the time, I was built to work with Snoop. You know, but I know Snoop better than whoever know me because I studied him before he knew me.
Right.
As a kid, you know, he was like a father, big brother figure from a video and radio standpoint before I even knew him. So by the time I got to him, I was well studied on the man I was getting prepared to work for. And, you know, and he was also getting prepared to teach me. You know, he's my biggest, next to my father and my mother, he's my biggest teacher. And my life, being a father, investments, music, loving different people, different music. If you could squash a beef and move on with love, move on with love. Make your hardest effort to move on with love.
Yeah.
If you can't, stay away. If they keep fucking with you, destroy it. You know, so these are lessons that Snoop installed in me. And to really love is the biggest lesson, and to keep your ears open. Like, you know, Snoop has just taught me so much, man, at a young age. And when you say R&B music like that, these are records he turned me on to. I didn't know much about Ray Charles till Snoop. I didn't know that song. That's a Ray Charles song he redid. I didn't know that. I didn't, you know, the I'm For Real, that song he wanted to do.
Yeah.
So he taught me these songs, and I just had the musical ability to play these songs. He taught me about Blue Magic, the dramatics, the importance of the Temptations, the importance of Cool Herc, the importance of Queens, the importance of Brooklyn, the importance of Atlanta, the importance of Gucci Mane, the importance of your children, the importance of eating right, the importance of branding, the importance of don't be a one-trick pony. You know, do different things, play different music. The only kind of music is good and bad.
That's so crazy.
So he's the teacher, and he's the teacher of teaching me how to tame things like, back then my desire was just to crip, period. He taught me that's cool, but there's some other things that's gonna help you live and take care of your mama and your kids. And he taught me some secret passageways to life that I always love him for. Now, I talked to Snoop once. It's not a week that go by I don't talk to Snoop. If I miss him, we send each other messages. And I tell him on here, I tell him every time since I started this ride with him in the late 90s, I love you, I value, and I appreciate you to the highest level. Like without him, it wouldn't be me connected to a Quincy. Without me, it wouldn't be me connected to a Dot or anything. You know, he's like the root of me, because for me, I was the closest they could get to him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But I was in the streets. He's an icon. He let me creep in.
Yeah.
And when he let me creep in, problem. Rocks. Let's you know, Snoop love us. Let's go. And so it's like, you know, Snoop has always been extremely supportive of whatever I do and what anybody does. That's in the push of love. And that's why Snoop is an icon. We'll never forget him. But if I could help it, I'll always remind them of the high level of iconic intelligence and black culture shifting this king is in all areas of music.
Think Snoop Dogg may be the most important hip-hop artist.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
In terms of global reach and what the culture represents and his transformation. And everything you said, yeah, man.
warn you. Look at what we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck in it, call me young, go get it. Now you can't fuck with it, might as well roll with it. What's the word?